Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil.
Go grab a chill drink or go grab dinner because this is going to be a long video. This is the preparation for a multi-day trip. We've already done a few multi-day, multi-week trips on the CRF, but this will be the first for Yamaha R3, my Ganga. And there's actually a lot to talk about, like riding gear, like packing, like bike prep. So yes, grab something to eat or drink. Please ignore all the crap in the background because I'm not done setting up this space. Now this box is some stuff that I bought from India. I'm going to show you that now. Since I mentioned India, my vlogs are so random. The timeline is so broken that I don't know if I've posted what I've been doing for the last 1.5 years, why I haven't been uploading on this channel. Am I even going to post this video in the same sequence or am I going to break the sequence? I'm yet to know. So if you're watching this video before the other ones came out, I am so sorry for breaking the timeline.
Anyway, let's deal with that later.
So before I show you what's in that box, that's new stuff that came in 2022. This bag also from India, from Rhinox, is going to carry my gear. I bought this in 2021 or 2020, I can't remember, but this is going to be its maiden voyage and it's going to fit in something like that over here. But of course we're going to figure out, strap it down, whatever. So speaking of riding gear, this is the jacket that I'll be wearing. Oh look, what's in my pocket? I found another mask. Much better, yeah. Alright, so I'm not sure if I have shown you guys this riding jacket, but I picked it up about 2 years ago. And now I know some of you might be thinking, if you know this brand, why is HBB suggesting or riding with a cheap jacket? Especially because when I started motovlogging, I was wearing Alpenstar. What happened? Now that's a topic for another video where I'll show you what this jacket is about. I'll give you a small hint though. Well, first thing first, I'm gonna lose this rain and winter liner because we're probably heading towards the desert. It's just gonna be too hot. And after that's done, I'll give you a small hint. I have already upgraded the armors of this riding jacket to D30 level 2.
And now let's go through this.
Now speaking more about riding gear, I'll be finally retiring my Spartan Aries. This is also a product from India. It has finally given in. It has served me well, but it's time. It's time for it to retire, and this is going to be replaced by a brand new pair of DSG full gauntlet gloves. This is also made in India. By the way, none of these products are sponsored. I bought all of them with personal money. But I'd like to give a shout out to my friends at Dynamic Riders in Hyderabad. That's because I had very little time on my hands when I came to India, and they kind of helped me quickly find all this stuff that I wanted. Specific stuff that I wanted. I sent the list to Varun and he got it sorted, most of it, and some of the things he couldn't find, but hopefully next time. Oh, these look just as good and awesome, don't they? So this is another Indian brand, Viaterra. These guys make good stuff too, and this is a toiletries pouch. The zips are nice. This next stuff is again from Rhinox. It is a waterproof sock, the H2O Go socks or H2 Go socks, and I'm gonna test it and probably weigh it against my Husqvarna. Where is that thing? Alright, as usual, can't find shit when you want it. So I have a Husqvarna waterproof socks. Obviously Husqvarna doesn't make socks. It is rebranded and somebody else makes it. I forget. I think Sealskin makes it. And so I'm gonna weigh both of these against each other. This next thing is also from Viaterra, but I kind of forgot what this is. It's been 1.5 years that I bought this, or more than that. It looks like a Christmas sock. If anybody knows, let me know in comments below. What did I buy? Alright, now on to more useful stuff. Again from Rhinox, this is a phone mount with a waterproof pouch. It locks, seals, and this thing goes on a handlebar and stuff. So I may not use this on this trip because after buying the S23, I realized, these new phone cameras, and even my last two Samsungs, have optical image stabilization, and I have kind of been risking mounting it on the bike and risking spoiling the stabilization of this camera. So I don't want to do that. We'll see, maybe some other trip, maybe a secondary phone. And finally, this is my Rhinox trail riding or dirt riding gloves. This is a secondary set. I still have my Revit Sand 3 going on pretty strong. And I guess for this ride, I'm going to wear the full gauntlet BSG, but this will be my backup gloves. Why am I not taking this as a backup glove? That's because we are T-2 days from the ride and I'm already using one glove that's not broken in. If you want to switch, to something that's already broken in, you feel nice. This will break in on the CRF once I come back from this trip. Alright, so looks like that's it with this box, but I'm pretty sure I have some things somewhere else which I'm forgetting. Now here's something else, and I also have 2 more packages yet to be delivered. I hope Amazon will deliver it on time. But this is my new travel pillow. That's because I have punctured my previous one already, and this I will be able to see it during the trip. Not now, something for the trip. This is gonna carry all of my clothes and probably my tent and some camp cooking gear. What I love about this bag is it quickly converts into a backpack and I can simply walk away with the gear with still my hands being free, because I need my hands for things like what? Helmet, food, drink, tank bag, what else? Alright, now for this bag to go here, I'm gonna first have to lose this webbing. Now I love this web bungee, but it's not big enough to encompass the whole bag. Enter my Grip 360. Oh, it's been a while. This has gone with me to multiple countries. So I believe Zeus Motorcycle Gear in India was selling this. And this is a nice high-vis which will come up here and will be safer. That's it, we're set. Can you tell it's so hot, like sweating in here? I had to buy a fan in the garage in a place where we were freezing 2 weeks ago. We were like literally freezing. That's Washington State. Now, if I were to speak about traveling light or traveling easy, technically this luggage should be enough for me for such a small trip, like 5-day or 6-day trip. But then also in India, when I used to ride my R15, I used to kind of overpack, but then I learned over time to carry less. Or did I? Then I realized, oh my god, I'm a vlogger, I have to carry cameras. But still in the early days, it was pretty simple. I used to just carry one camera, one helmet camera on the side, and that'd be it, a couple of memory cards. But now, as time went on, I piled on cameras, and then finally I had to go and get a drone. Now it's been a while, the drone is pretty much broken now, but I still love the shots that come out of the drone. So I have to carry it. I want to carry it. Right here, right about here, I want to carry something. This is my Cortex 2.0 Super Tank Bag, and I've had it for 5 years. To a second piece of luggage that I bought after moving here for the CRF, and this has carried my drone, my camera, my electronics, my quick need stuff on the tank for all the trips. But the problem now is this is a magnetic bag with no, well, that's dust from, if I haven't posted those vlogs, I might have beeped out that place name just now. Now this is not waterproof. I've run into some problems with that, but this has been great to carry stuff on the tank on the CRF. But on the Yamaha, plastic, the magnets are pretty strong. They do kind of lightly hold, but when stuff in here, it's top heavy, and when you go to corner, this can slide away. It's gonna, that's what's gonna happen. It's so hot. So if I only had a tank bag with straps, it would have been perfect. You know, it's risky to carry stuff in here. So I started looking for tank bags, and I spent like 2 nights just looking for tank bags that will fit onto here. And of course I need them quick. We're just T-4 days, 2 days ago. And I spent so much time on it. I couldn't find the perfect one that could take a phone pocket or a map pocket, and then one that could be strapped on, one that would be fit for the sport bike. And all these combinations were running through, and I was browsing, and then I was just lying down here in the garage, and I was thinking, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and suddenly it struck me, what happened to me? What's this nonsense? What happened to spontaneous jugaad qualities? On the R15, I never had these stuff. I never had Moscow. I never had Cortex. I just had my backpack. I would throw it on there. In fact, my first trip to USA here 6 years ago also was, I was just carrying that backpack over there in the back. What happened to all that? I would just strap on things and move on. When did I pick up this habit of trying to find the perfect gear? And I guess it may have something to do with how expensive it might be to crash in USA, the medical bills and stuff like that. So I decided I'm just gonna carry this same tank bag, but here's how we're gonna secure it. Enter rock straps. These are pretty thin, and this I bought for like my previous trip. I'm gonna have this rock strap use my crash guard, loop it around the crash guard, and I have one more loop here, and that's about it. Voila, it's holding tight. Now I have to be a little bit mindful about how much pressure I'm gonna log this with, because the drone, I don't want it crushed inside. I'm probably gonna put my phone in here once in a while. That's another thing we will talk about when we prep the bike. Check this out, how simple it is. If I have to refill, just gonna undo this, refill. I should be able to do this while sitting on the bike. It's pretty easy, and this controls how loose or tight I want it. So, and I have this strap here. Of course, I'm gonna loop this here, and that's about it. I don't really need to find another tank bag, for now at least. Alright, don't worry, there's nothing inside. The drone isn't inside. This is just mock packing, and this looks fine. I still have to figure out a few niggles, small things here and there. I'm just gonna use rubber bands and stuff and make sure this doesn't slide out like that. Of course, you can have a stopper here with a bunch of bands and duct tapes, all that work. So next thing, we're gonna move on to what the bike needs. So when you want to prep the bike for a multi-day ride, I think it kind of deserves its own video. So we will have a different video, again, link in the description when I'm done with it. But for now, I have to tell you, I've changed the oil. The oil is fresh, which means the oil filter too. I've also cleaned the chain. I had put the battery on battery tender a couple of weeks ago, but I will do it again tonight. But here's the thing that I wanted to change, and I wasn't finding parts until this morning, T-1 this morning.